Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Sidebar with Stephanie. I'm Stephanie Haney, and I have an egg freezing update for you. If you remember back a couple episodes, I had gotten my AMH test results, and they had gone up from when I first got tested. The last time I was tested was in February, and I mentioned when I got those results back that I was maybe going to get my AMH retested to see what happened. If you've been watching this, I think you knew that I was absolutely going to have my AMH retested, so I did that. I went into Extend Fertility on June 10th for my logistics appointment, which is where they explain to you the whole breakdown of the process and the timeline of things, and also you sign your paperwork and you make your payment. And they also run a blood and urine test to test for STDs and pregnancy. So I was like, you guys are running my blood, just go ahead and do an AMH test for me just so I can see what happens. And I got the call back yesterday, July 10th, from Dr. Maslow with those updated test results. Here they are. Hi, Dr. Maslow.
Hi. So I heard you had some questions. You want to talk about your results? You wanted to talk about our plan moving forward?
Yes. Well, when I was in and had the STD testing that's required, I also had to rerun my AMH. So I wanted to see if there'd been any change because it was last tested in February, and then it was June when that was done. So I wanted to see if there was anything.
So it went up slightly. Here, hold on. I'm going to pull up so if you recall, originally when we first met, it was quite low. It was like 0.52.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had either been on birth control pills or had just stopped the birth control pills at that time, right?
Yes.
And so then we rechecked it in February. It was 1.49, which is like a nice jump. And sort of demonstrates that the potential suppression that you can experience from the birth control pills. And then now it's 1.82, which is like slightly increased from February. Hard to know if that's like a significant enough jump that it's like because you've been off the birth control pills for longer, or it's also we know that the AMH test is just not that precise. And there can just be some fluctuations, and so sometimes if you repeatedly test it over and over again, you'll see a little bit of fluctuations here and there that may not necessarily be reflective of like changes in your biology.
Okay.
But I would say overall, that's like it's a positive move, meaning it demonstrates that you probably were somewhat suppressed by the birth control pills, and that your body has sort of bounced back to where we can expect more eggs. I don't remember what kind of estimates we had talked about with the original AMH. But I would say, like, assuming that, with this new AMH, it's going to be, similar range, but hopefully higher. So, our algorithm would tell us it's somewhere in the, 4 to 13 range in terms of numbers frozen. Now, that's a really wide range, I recognize. But, knowing your age and knowing kind of your history, I think I don't think we're looking at, a 4 cycle. I think knowing, the ultrasounds that we've done and, and seeing this increase, I think we're probably looking more in the 6 to 10 range as a more realistic sort of narrow range.
Okay.
But that's, I would say, more of my educated estimate rather than based in our math. Based in our algorithm, we're going to say 90% of women like you are going to fall somewhere between 4 and 13.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So I did actually start my period today, so I'm moving forward with it. I've decided
Fantastic.
To go now and do it.
Great.
And I'm going to be seeing you very soon then, I guess.
Okay. So you're coming in tomorrow for baseline?
I'm coming in Friday for baseline.
Friday. Perfect. Sounds good. So we'll make sure that we have everything set up in terms of your lab work and your dosing, and then, if everything looks good on Friday, we'll get started.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Very exciting.
I'm excited for it. Thank you for taking the time to make a call. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Stephanie. Take care.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Okay, so this is positive, another increase in my AMH. I am glad for that. I do know that from a friend that went through egg donation that they're looking for AMHs of 2, so I'm inching closer and closer to 2 when people go in to donate their eggs. So that's positive.
We didn't retest my antral follicle count, so that range not going up, I'm not super concerned about that. I'm hoping that my antral follicle count has also increased along with the AMH. We'll see. But I am moving forward. I started my period on the same day that I talked with Dr. Maslow on July 10th, and you start taking the injections on either the second or third day of your period. So that puts me at Friday, July 11th for starting those injections. I'm going to go in and have baseline testing that morning. So now I just need to get my medications so that I'm prepared, and then we will go from there. And so now the updates are going to be coming a lot more quickly, sort of fast and furious now. So if you've been following me along this entire time, I really appreciate you joining in with me on this journey. If you have any questions, as always, please send them to me. You all have sent me some great questions that I didn't even think of to ask myself. And I've also heard a lot from men who have said that this has sort of given them insight into what women go through when it does come time for them to consider preserving their fertility, or also go through the IVF process, because this injection process that I'm about to go through is the same thing that someone would go through if they were doing IVF as well, getting ready to try to have a baby right away. So we're all learning together. I'm a little bit nervous about the shots, but we will cross that bridge very soon when we come to it. Thank you, as always, for listening along. I'm Stephanie Haney.